So, about 4 years ago, I bought a course for the very first time. It was $1,000. It was from Iman Gadzi. It was his OG SMMA course on how to scale, make money with a marketing agency. I bought it. It was probably one of the biggest purchases I've ever made. And I bought it, went through all of the content maybe in 2-3 days. Like I was just glued to my computer watching all of the videos back to back, and it was a bunch of videos. Tried to apply what was on the video. Like I worked on the business on the agency for maybe a week, and I spent maybe 5 days out of that building the website and making it pretty. And then I gave up. I didn't do anything with the course, for I think a year. And then afterwards, I revisited the course. And the second time, when I actually did, I ended up with an agency that was making over $30,000 per month. So in today's video, I want to explain to you the main difference of how I was acting and what sort of, what type of person was I like a year before I actually had the successful agency, and why did the course not work for me back then. And then the second time around, when I went back to the same exact course, it wasn't updated, there was nothing new. This time I saw some success from the course. Okay, and most likely, if you're watching this video, you've probably bought something online, you've consumed something like a paid course, a paid mentorship, a paid whatever, and you didn't see any form of success, and now you're framing everything as being a scam. Okay, because I went through that phase as well, where I bought the course, it didn't work for me, it's a scam, it's bullshit, it doesn't work, don't buy it, you're wasting your money. Until I matured and I realized what actually happened. Okay, so what was the difference between, let's call it day one Oliver and then year one Oliver? So what I learned now that I have a coaching business where we've mentored almost 500 people, where we work with them one-on-one, we hold their hand, and we work with them until they make money. Okay, as simple as that. What is the main difference? What do I see between people who see success between the course and those who don't? And I ultimately summed it up to this very simple equation, this simple formula. Okay, I was an ex-engineering student, so I like numbers, I like formulas, and this is how I like to map out everything. In order to see success from a course or really anything you're trying to learn, you need two things: learning and action. Now, the problem with most people, and it's how I was at the very beginning, is that they have an amazing learning skill set. And when I say learning, I don't mean actually sitting down, taking notes and trying to understand the concepts, but rather just put a bunch of YouTube videos, put the course videos, and just sit in front of the computer for hours and hours and feel like they're productive, feel like they're learning stuff, which in reality does not make any sense. It's as if in class, in college, in high school, whatever you're studying, you would take a book and read the entire book in one sitting, in one day, let's say. Do you honestly believe the next day you'll remember the entire book, all of the details, the equations, everything you're supposed to learn? Okay, the obvious answer is no. So why are we treating courses and videos the same way? And what I realized is that your rate of learning, and if you multiply that by your rate of action, that is what will allow you to see success. Okay, so what does this mean? Learning is very easy to do. You sit, you watch videos, you consume the content, you educate yourself. Now the problem with day one Oliver and what you're probably doing is that your learning is maxed out, so you have access to the courses, the resources and everything. However, your actions are not reflecting what you learned. Meaning, if I learn a new cold calling script from this course, okay, they give me the script, I modify a few things, but it's essentially a new thing that I've learned, a new way to communicate with potential clients. But I don't actually apply it. Like I cold call maybe for a day or two, I'm not very good at it, I'm rusty, and then I give up. All right, obviously I can have the best script in the world, but if my action is not there, then nothing's gonna happen. And this is what I realized, is that for most people who buy courses or go through courses, is that they will sit in front of the computer and watch videos after video until like they're fucking tired and go to sleep. And of course, if you do that, you're going to learn a lot, but if you're not going to apply anything that you learn, of course, you will not see any form of success. Which is why I'm personally a very big fan of not courses, but rather like mentorships or one-on-ones, or where like someone will actually hold you accountable and help you apply everything that you've learned. It's like at school. You're not just given the book and then from there it's like learn it yourself and good luck for the exam. Most of the time you have a teacher, and the teacher's there to ensure you put everything in action of what you're supposed to learn. Okay, so if you did buy a course and it didn't work for you, you probably fell in the same trap as I did when I started in the very beginning, which is in 3 days you consume the whole course. But you also spend 3 days just applying everything and nothing works, of course, because you're inconsistent, you're new, you don't have any skill sets, you have to go through this learning curve and you give up right away. If this was as good as this, you would always see success in everything that you consume. And it's what I've noticed with all 400 plus, almost 500 students that I've worked with. Those who just sit and watch all the videos, because I can see the stats, I can see who watched and who didn't watch. I'll see people, no success whatsoever, but in the course they went through each videos, and there's a shit ton of videos. And I'll see the other person who went through a quarter of the course and is making a bunch of money. Okay? So I want you, next time you try to learn something, okay, whether you buy a course, you watch YouTube videos or something like that, and you're trying to improve yourself and better yourself, make sure to actually make sure to apply what you just learned, whether it be from a YouTube video or a course or a mentorship or whatever. I'm telling you, the difference is night and day. And I realize it's easier said than done, which is why in our program, we have coaches. Okay, they're going to hold your hand and they're going to work with you until you start making money. So we do give you all of the video aspects of the course because I do have to teach you new things. But once you learn these new things, I don't expect you from day one to apply everything and to become an expert, right? Which is why you have a coach that works with you one-on-one and that helps you apply all of these things right here until you start making money. That would have helped me at the beginning. All right, when I started, I had to do everything by myself. So I learned all the videos and then I had to apply everything. Okay, which is why I failed the first time. But the second time around, I understood this concept. I don't know how, but it clicked in my head. I was like, okay, so I just spent hours and hours watching videos, but I didn't actually do anything in those videos, and I forgot pretty much everything that I learned. So let me just spend actually a full day on one video and apply everything and execute on everything. And funny enough, I built an agency that made money. Okay, so instead of blaming courses, like the course creators, like, yeah, I get it. Some people are scummy. Some people will put a bunch of crap together. But if you get a course from someone who's has a good reputation, has a good brand, and there's like positive like outcomes from it, like testimonials and stuff like that, so other people are seeing success from it, and you don't, okay? Instead of pointing fingers at everyone else, because it's very easy to do that, try to see what are the actions that were required on my end to make it happen. And did I actually execute on all of those things? And instead of complaining, that everyone else is selling a scam and that's the only reason why you're not able to be successful, like take a look at your sort of life, your actions of what you've been doing, and ask yourself, like, am I actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing to see success from these courses? Am I actually following the teachings? Am I being consistent and executing on everything they're teaching me? And things become a lot better when you actually put your head down and execute and stay consistent with what you're learning. And you'd be very surprised with what you can achieve in just 30 days of applying what an expert, someone who's teaching you what to do, whether it be making money or whatever you're trying to learn in life.